help us come into a state of balance every day, we make use of the elements, the natural elements, because they have a profound effect on our system. For instance, water is very effective in cooling down the right energy channel, which is a channel of action and conscious thought. Uh, so when we are thinking too much, we're having a very busy time, then the right channel tends to get a little bit overheated. So the water can help cool it down. And we use what's called as the Footsoak apparatus, as shown here. You take a tub of water about ankle deep, and you put some salt in it. Salt represents the earth element, which is effective in clearing out the left energy channel. So by meditating with our feet in some water and salt, we are essentially helping clear out anything that is burdening our energy channels, and also the lower chakras, the first three chakras. So it's always a good idea to start, or at least do once a day, a foot soak to help enhance your meditation. So if you have all of these things ready, that's great. If you have this somewhere in your house and you want to get set up with it in the next few minutes, please go ahead. We will be starting in about 4 minutes. And if you don't, sorry, go ahead.
I hope it is clear to Queen and Elka, the foot soak. Please ask questions.
And if you don't have the foot soak apparatus ready for today, that's okay. You can just meditate with us. We'll do it for the first 15-20 minutes, and then put the foot soak setup away. We'll throw the water, and then we'll come back, sit down, and meditate as usual, as in a regular fashion. And recently, just a few days ago, there was a very special occasion that has been celebrated in India for centuries. It's it's an age-old tradition where we celebrate the Guru. We worship, we celebrate the principle of the Guru or the Master in each of us. So it's a special day that happens once a year. So the theme for today is basically to further establish the Guru principle within ourselves. So if you remember, when we first did the steps, the first time that we meditated, we placed the right hand on the left side of the stomach and said, I am my own Guru. So the Guru principle in us is established in this green region, the green circular region that you see around the stomach. In English, it's called the void. It encompasses the second and the third chakras. And this region has been developed in us, in human beings, as we have evolved over the centuries, to establish virtue in us, to establish our sustenance, to establish a sense of balance, discretion, to basically form the foundation for our further ascent. So this is a very important aspect of our evolution. So we'll dwell a little bit on the Guru principle today. And we'll start the foot soak in a minute. Any other questions before we do? All right. So We'll start with what we always do at the beginning of the meditation, which is to raise the Kundalini 3 times and balance ourselves with a bandhan. So I'll quickly demonstrate how we do it. So to raise the Kundalini, we'll use a hand gesture where the left hand just comes up from in front of us at the bottom, along the spine, like in the middle. You bring it over your head. And as the left hand comes up, the right hand moves around it, rotates around it like this. You just wrap the right hand around the left as it's moving up. This symbolizes the path of the Kundalini along the central channel. So you raise it up and you tie a knot over your head. So you can all do it. And the second time, we do the same thing, but we tie 2 knots. And move your hand slowly. We do the same thing again, a third time. This time, we tie 3 knots. The knots are to establish the energy over the 7th center so that we remain in meditation going forward. Now, we place the left hand on our lap and bring the right hand near the left hip. So right hand near the left hip, and we raise the right hand, arch it around the head, and bring it all the way down near the right hip. Then we retrace this path, bring the hand back over the head and down the left side. So this represents bringing the energy of the left channel to the right and the energy of the right to the left, balancing the first center. We have 7 centers in total. So we'll do this pair of arches 6 more times, 1 for each of the chakras. The attention should really be on the energy, not so much on the mechanical movement. So once you get used to the movement itself, your attention will naturally gravitate to the flow of the energy. All right. So this is what we do at the beginning of every meditation. We bring the energy up and balance ourselves. And it actually helps get into that state because the energies actually start responding to our hand movements. All right, so I have my Footsoak set up ready here next to me. I'm going to sit down on the chair. Don't put your feet inside the water yet. We'll just sit in front of it. So let's all get ready. And I forgot to mention earlier, you should also keep a bottle of or a mug of fresh water next to you to rinse your feet after the Footsoak. So just make sure you have that as well. So I have my tub of water and salt in front of me. Before we start the Footsoak, we're going to vibrate the water so that it becomes a better instrument. You're all aware of the flow of vibrations now through your hand, or you will become eventually. So we'll do another hand motion of moving the right hand like this in a clockwise direction over the water. So just move your hand like this and keep your attention at the top of your head so that the cool vibrations start to flow. And you're directing that energy into the Footsoak setup. Let the water be vibrated so that it becomes the optimal instrument to help clear out our chakras. That's the sort of prayer that you can have in your heart. All right, now we can put both our feet in the water. Do not touch the water when you are vibrating it. Oh, and also you should have the salt. Should also put the salt in the water before you do this. I'm sorry, I missed mentioning that. But that's okay. If you haven't done it, you can still put the salt in it. So once you are sitting comfortably, your feet in the water, about ankle deep, let's sit straight and comfortably, hands on our laps. You can either close your eyes or look at Sri Mataji's photo, which we'll bring up in a second. And let's just become aware of our attention, the way we are feeling. Let's become aware of what we're feeling on our hands. Are both hands feeling the same, or one feels a little lighter than the other? Now let's bring the right hand a few inches over the head and just see how you're feeling right now before the start of the meditation. You can also check with the left hand. Now, in place, or let the right hand point towards the earth. Let it just hang by your side since you're sitting on the chair. And let's feel a connection with Mother Earth. We hardly ever realize it, but we're always, walking on her, sitting on her, being nourished by her, supported by her, and protected by Mother Earth. So that's why we call her Mother. So let's feel that gratitude, that humility. And the earth element is particularly helpful in absorbing any negativity or blockages on the left energy channel. The left energy channel starts at the first chakra called the Mooladhara. Mula means root, Dhara means support. So this first chakra is the root and the support of the entire subtle system. So we can say, Mother, please clear out any negativity or any imbalances in my Mooladhara chakra my first energy center. Please help establish the qualities of this center, which are innocence. Please make me innocent. Please make me wise. Please remove all fear. Please make me joyful. And please take away all imbalances, all blockages from my entire left energy channel. The left channel is the side of the past, the side of emotion and desire. So we ask, Mother, please purify my desire. Please remove all unnecessary influences from the subconscious, from the past. So that I may be in the present, so that I may feel the joy of the Spirit, that I may become a joyful, vibrant being. Let's say this with a feeling of surrender. Letting go. We're surrendering to the immense, immeasurable power of the earth and of the divine, which we are a part of. Now, as we do this, actually, we are not doing anything. We're allowing the elements to work on us. See if you feel a difference on the left hand. If there was any heat or heaviness, has it become lighter and cooler? If you're feeling any tingling sensations around the left palm or fingers, has that reduced? Just make a note to yourself and do not react to it. You can always keep your attention at the top of your head. To remain connected. So any change that you feel towards lightness, towards coolness, any less tingling is an indication that the left channel is getting cleared out. We can bring the right hand back on our lap. And now we'll proceed to clear the right energy channel. So we'll raise the left hand towards the sky, just bending the hand at the elbow, bending the arm at the elbow. So the fingers are pointing upward. The right hand remains on the lap, palm open. Here we appeal to the sky, the ether, the air element. Please take away any heat, any excess heat on my right energy channel. Any heat that is created because of all mental and physical activity. Please cool down my right energy channel. Pay attention to how you're feeling on your right hand. You can also say, I am not the doer. Everything that is done by the all-pervading energy, by the divine. So let me be free of that identification that I am doing anything. Let me feel the lightness of the spirit in my being. Free of all worries, free of thought. Now I can bring the left hand down. We'll place the right hand the top of the stomach, and we're going to move the right hand in a circular motion around the entire void region. So we start at the top, move it to the left side of the stomach, and then to the bottom, then to the right, back to the top. So let's move the right hand around slowly, this entire void region. Asking Mother Kundalini, that sacred energy within us, please establish my Guru principle. Please remove any falsehood, any subtle or overt influences on my own master or Guru principle. Please remove. Please help establish pure and strong Guru principle in me. We can bring the right hand down. Let's keep our attention at the top of our head. Sometimes, as our chakras are clearing out, as our energy channels are clearing out, you can even feel some heat leaving the feet into the water. You can feel the heat from various parts of your feet, your toes, heels, mostly around the soles of your feet. All of this indicates that clearing happening. So just notice how you're feeling on both hands again. Does it feel more balanced? Less tingling? More of a cool flow? Some tingling, some may still be remaining. That's okay. We'll keep clearing out. As we keep meditating, the balance will be restored. But see any sort of a difference that you're feeling since the beginning. This is how we learn to use the natural elements to clear ourselves from within and to balance ourselves, which is very important for our growth in meditation and yoga. All right, so we'll now conclude the foot soak. We'll take our feet out one by one from the water and rinse each foot over the water. Do not touch the water now with the foot. And don't put the feet back in the water. Take it out after you rinse. So if you have a towel next to you, you can just wipe your feet. So we'll just take a minute or two to take the water from in the tub and dispose it in the toilet and come back and settle down. Let's keep our eyes closed. We can always massage the top of the head, massage the scalp with the center of the palm on the right hand. Just move it in a circular fashion, clockwise. Asking the Kundalini to come up, open this center. Mother, please let me have my connection of this limited being with the unlimited. You can bring a hand back. You can either keep your eyes closed or open, but try to keep your attention at the top of your head. As I mentioned earlier, the theme for today's session is the Guru principle. We already, in the Footsoak, paid some attention to our void region, where the Guru principle is established. Sri Mataji has spoken at length on many occasions about the importance of this principle in us. It is through this principle that we are able to transcend all the trappings of the material world, of our emotions and our thoughts, that we become more and more aware of ourselves, where we pay heed to that inner seeking, that desire to become the self, to actualize the self and its connection with the ultimate truth. But we live in a world.
Can we lie down now? Can we lie down now?
Okay. And
Lie down now.
Yeah, Sonali, you can.
so let's keep our attention the top of our head, and then bring it down to the void region. This way, we are bringing our enlightened attention on this part of our subtle system and on this principle. And one of the most important resources for us to keep this principle, to maintain this, to keep it purified, is our attention. We have all kinds of responsibilities and interactions with the world around us every day. And the way we go about it has an influence on us, on our chakras, on our growth. But the attention is our own. It's not anybody else's. So we have the power to watch our attention and direct it in whatever way we want. So becoming our own master means becoming the master of our attention too. We can choose to react or not to react to what is said to us, to what we see, to what we hear. We can, especially after self-realization, where we become aware of our connection with the all-pervading energy, we can always bring our attention to that connection and become reconnected if we feel that that connection seems lost. This is always available to us. So let's listen to a short excerpt of a speech by Sri Mataji, where she explains the importance of attention in our growth, in our well-being.
The second point is your attention should have that gravity. Your attention is very important. A person who is easily disturbed is not a deep person, or easily taken to something like, say, emotions, or easily to some other, say, intellectual pursuit. As gurus, there will be temptations for you. People will be challenging, absolutely. A person comes out with a very big intellectual feat or something like that. Then immediately you'll feel challenged about it, and you will say, all right, let me handle the situation. Handle it at the Sahaja Yoga point, on your gravity. Just sit down on your gravity and see for yourself. Immediately you'll know how to handle the situation. You need not talk to that person, you'll handle the situation all right. Not on intellectual level, but on your gravity. If the attention has the gravity, it pulls down the ego and the superego of other people. Then you will not be frustrated or frantic. Also, if you can start from outside, it may work out in human beings. It works out. Like study your behavior, how you behave towards others. Or study your attention, how it behaves towards outside. What attracts your attention? What attracts your attention? Study your attention. By that study, you will be able to fix your attention in its maryada, in its boundaries. Once you put the boundaries to the attention, then the depth starts developing. The person who has no boundaries can never have depth. He will be spreading just like that, all through. No depth at all. So you have to put boundaries by understanding your attention. That no, not more than that. All right, not more than that. Like some people in Sahaja Yoga, they get interested in a patient. Then for them that patient becomes important. Or get interested in some person that he must get realization. Say my mother, my father, my whole thing. And all the time they are talking about my jobs, my clothes, some sort of a my. And they don't know how to draw the line. You must know where to draw the line is Maryada. Otherwise the whole thing will fritter away. You will become a frivolous person. There won't be any gravity. So you must know how far to go with a person when you are dealing as a guru. Then you are a master. But if you do not know where to draw the line, you may be crossing the line and getting into his clutches. So the best way is to handle the situation is to get into thoughtless awareness. Again and again and again and again. And you establish that clearly. Now some of them do complain to me that it's not an easy thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do. If you give up all other useless things that you are doing. And then gravity will give you the wisdom to do the right thing at the right time.
Let's just meditate in silence for a few minutes, taking in that message. Keep our attention at the top of our head. Mother, let me develop that gravity in me. Let me overcome everything that is small and trivial or frivolous or base. Let me deepen my own awareness. Let me deepen my inner silence. Let me turn inward for joy rather than outward. And then let me be able to express that inner joy to others. Through love, through compassion. Let me be aware of all the boundaries of my behavior, of my thoughts, of my speech. And let my own spirit, my state of self-realization, be my guide in defining those boundaries.
What are we doing now? Music. What are we doing now? Meditation. Yeah, I can't see anything on my screen. Is it screen sharing?
Yeah, screen is being shared. And we are playing music so you can do the silent meditation.
I can't see anything.
Okay, I'll unshare and share again.
Music.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, no, I can't see any music. Music.
So the music is without video, it's only audio. Let's keep our eyes closed and enjoy it in our meditation. Now let's notice what we're feeling on our hands. Self-mastery comes with self-knowledge. So after realization, we are able to be aware of the state of our chakras on our hand. As you probably know, every chakra is reflected on a fingertip or some part of the palm. The void region is reflected around in a circular area around the center of the palm. Not at the center, but around it. So if you feel any sort of a tingling or heat around the palm, in the circular region, either on the left hand or the right hand, that is an indication that the void region needs some balancing, some clearing out. The Footsoak is actually one of the best ways to clear the void, while also working on that region, as we did today during the Footsoak, by moving the right hand around that entire region. So if you feel any sort of a tingle or a numbness around that area on your hand, you can respond to the void the way we did today. Now, if you're feeling any other catch, or we call it a catch, which is any imbalance or tingling on any chakra. So if you're feeling any tingling on your fingers, then you can respond to that particular chakra by placing your right hand on that center. Or if it's on the left hand, you can, if you're feeling the tingling on the right hand, then you can place the left hand on the corresponding part of your body where the chakra resides. For instance, if you're feeling a tingling on the left pinky, that relates to the heart. So if we can bring up the picture of the subtle system for a second. So if you're feeling a tingling on the pinky, then you can place the right hand on the left side of your heart. And the quality for this center, this is where the spirit resides in us. So we can say, I am the spirit. I am not this body, not even the mind. Or any other identity. I am the pure, absolute truth, pure consciousness. I am the spirit. So you can refer to this chart as well as other handouts that we provide to see what each finger and each chakra means what are the qualities of that center. And whichever chakra you're feeling some sort of an imbalance in, you can place your hand on that chakra and say the affirmation or the prayer to awaken that quality in us, to balance that center. This is how we go on correcting ourselves. Sometimes, or some imbalances are recurring, they keep coming. In such cases, we need to see if there is something in our life that is causing it to happen again and again, such as some sort of a behavioral pattern that we might have, or some other person's influence on us, or something that we are always reading or watching. So again, it is a process of experimenting and becoming aware and introspecting so that we learn to clear our chakras and maintain balance and maintain this meditative state. So we'll continue meditating for a few more minutes silently. Let's keep our attention at the top of our head. Music can also have a profound effect on our meditation, especially if it's that type of music, which is meditative in nature, which has that depth, where the notes resonate with our chakras, which is why we play the music during these meditations. So let's enjoy. bring our right hand over our head. And see how we're feeling now. See if it's a cooler or a better flow than when we checked at the very beginning. Check with the other hand as well. So let's conclude today's meditation by once again raising the Kundalini 3 times and taking a bandhan to balance ourselves. So again, left hand moves up, the right hand wraps around it. We tie 1 knot, 2 knots, and 3 knots each time. And for the bandhan, it's only the right hand that moves. The left hand rests on the lap. Bring the energy of the left to the right and the right to the left for each center. We can slowly open our eyes. Thank you all for joining today. I hope you had a meditative experience. And if you have any questions or want to share your experience, please feel free to do so.
Thank you so much, Sudep. This was awesome. Very, very deep. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mati.
I agree. Best meditation I've ever had.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed. And, it's really important to keep up the practice. Daily meditation is extremely helpful to go deeper and build your own meditative experience to keep coming back into balance. So please find some time. If you're already doing it, that's fantastic. Otherwise, please try to find some time every day to meditate. And if you're able to do the Footsoak every day, that's even better. So that's highly recommended. I do about 15 minutes of Footsoak around sometime after dinner every day. So you can go to bed feeling fresh and as well as get better sleep.